So this first one, so this is the number one, the button and string spinner. So I've made this by threading a cotton, so down through the button around. It's a flat button with 2 holes, okay, and then I've done a reef knot up here because there is quite a bit of force on the cotton when this is working. So we do this by twisting, 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 twisting. Lots and lots. Okay, and then pulling out and in. Now can you see what I'm doing? You can see what's happening there, and I'm just pulling out, in, out, in. So how is the force created with this? It's my hands, but the momentum is being kept up by something else. So this next one is my paper folding spinner, and this one is an origami, like I've made out from origami. So it was 2 pieces of paper. I'll put the link in the instructions from today if you guys would like to make one. I've used a piece of dowel like this through the middle. So I've popped a hole through my paper creation, and then with a hot glue gun I've glued 2 cardboard ends on that I've traced around a 10-cent piece it was, with the dowel in the middle. So, and I think this will get easier as I use it, but what force is being used to create the spin? Look good. This one is being used with some icy pole sticks. I had to be really careful. I had to measure halfway to make sure that it was going to be balanced. And again, I've used a piece of a dowel on the bottom, so it gives it something to spin on. I've used a lid and then hot glued it all together. So let's see how this one works. So this actually does work. This next one is put together with a CD, a bead, and another piece of dowel that I've glue gunned all together. The dowel allows me to hold on to something. So let's see. This one is quite heavy in comparison to this one. So it would be interesting to look at some different variables and see which one does perform better. Let's give it a go. This one likes to go for a little bit longer, I think. So this one we've put together using some Technic Lego, and we're relying on some gears to help it spin. So what I've done is I've put like an axle through here with some spacers, and we're just going to leave a tiny little gap to make it so it can spin. And then we're going to put our handle on, and this is what the spinner will connect to. Let's just make sure we've got a little bit of space, and then we've got another axle moving through the middle with a smaller gear and a big one. Now when I put this together, can you see it all connects together to cause it to move? You can see with the steering wheel. All right, so let's give it a go. And of course it moves out of the way of the camera. So this is a really nifty little one, works very well. And so it continues. What is the force that created the spin on this? So this next one I have put together with a lid. I've made a slit and put a 5-cent piece and then filled it with blue tack to give it some weight. So I actually have trouble spinning this one because I can't get it quite quick enough. Let's have a look. So that's as good as I can get. I'm going to get my assistant to help. So this one has caused endless amounts of problems. It is meant to be like a jumping jack, and as this twists around, it's meant to sort of jump around. It's got a piece of dowel here, threaded with a rubber band, which goes through the cotton reel, through the lid, and out to here, with a big hole drilled. You twist the dowel around, and then you're meant to let it go. Sometimes it works, sometimes it didn't. Then we got it to work, and then the rubber band broke, and it jumps all around. So hypothetically, if this did work, what would be powering this? So how would the force be enacted? Okay, there's an idea. And then maybe you guys might have some ideas on how we could improve this to make it work. But yes, this is a form of spinning toy that we could make. See how you go. Alright, so as you can see from the little movie we've made today, there are many different ways of making spinning toys. Okay, so this one is just a milk bottle lid with a coin. We've got some Lego, an old CD that I found with a bead that I made, a skewer, icy pole sticks, any type of recycling. Blue tack just used for weight, but you could find other things for that. Cardboard, paper, cotton, buttons. The list is really endless. So I want you to have a think about, if you were to make a spinning toy, how could you do it? Okay, think about the way we're going to begin the force, or how the force is going to be applied. Because in further lessons, so when you get back to school, we're actually going to be looking at creating a spinning toy of our own from recycled materials.